Let's count down the top 10 rides at Family Park. Number 10, Temple Side. Whilst controlling your very own stunt plane upon Leonardo's flying machine or freefalling with the Alpyodel are super cool necessities for your Family Park visit. Sometimes nothing is better than simply taking on a good old classic side, especially on those hot Austrian days, because what makes this no ordinary side amongst of course the dinghies, many crazy bumps along your way to the bottom, and the fact that you are racing 3 other groups of frenemies too, is that if you do become victorious, a victory dance is not the only thing you'll be experiencing, but a soaking too. Number 9, Stellarium. Now do not get me wrong, one of my biggest tips when visiting a theme park as such is to avoid the add-ons and rather enjoy what you've already paid for. Nevertheless, as soon as you see this one-of-a-kind adventure, you'll very quickly realise why I'd make an exception for this one right here, because for a price of just €1, which is equivalent to around £0.86, you and up to one other person will be able to begin your rather unusual adventure by pushing the button next to you, followed by slowly rising to the tippy top, then dropping, rising, dropping, rising, dropping, rising, until it can't drop nor rise anymore. How fun is that? Number 8, Turmgucker. Who here loves mind puzzles? Well, of course you do. And so instead of doing one on a bench while the thrill seekers brave Leonardo's flying machine, why don't you just watch Turmgucker instead, where simply looking at a spinning, tilting and rotating gondolas closely miss one another is enough to make your mind also spin around in circles. Talk about actually taking it on for yourself with from the moment you bought one of those closely missing gondolas all the way to getting off again. A lot dizzier, I like to add, being an experience that only you, nor your stomach, nor your mind will never ever forget. Number 7, Alpyodel. Another thing that your stomach will never forget is the sensation of free falling upon a drop tower. And with Family Park right here, having not 1, not 2, but 3 of these mega thrill rides, there is no question that you are going to get a barn full of thrills. Saying that though, for anyone who is not brave enough at this time to take on the Scarecrow, and by hearing the name I can only imagine why, then a trip into the highly themed farmyard is the place for you, with the 2 drop towers right here providing as much stomach churning thrills than amusing fun, if you know what I mean. Number 6, Apple Carousel. I'm just going to go and say it is now time to take a fly around a tree with giant apples, because as crazy as that may be sounding right now, if you dare to take a trip upon the swing ride, it will only get crazier. Nevertheless, whilst you definitely cannot find this next level theming every day of the week, what you can find is a swing ride like this. And so our first on tip of the vid, my name is Tom and these are my tips, would be to ride the unique experiences before picking this fruit. Then by all means fly high around the treetops, knowing that you have completed everything a family park has to offer. Number 5, Beaver Lodge. How much would a beaver chop if a beaver chop should chop wood? Well, let's find out, as making its way into the park last year is none other than a beaver work site where instead of wearing hard hats, you'll need to be wearing ponchos, as the way fellow beavers front and back of the log will be getting absolutely wet. Yes, you heard me right, in addition to spotting many adorable beavers, some not so adorable blades of machinery. As you can see, there are also 3 completely unique drops, leaving everyone, and yes, I'm talking to you, the person who sits at the back of the log, to avoid getting wet, completely drenched. Number 4, Crazy Scarecrow. If you're scared of heights, then it is probably best to fly away now, as at the same time as scarecrows are designed to scare away the birds, when it stands at a whopping 16 meters tall and tilts from side to side with the wind, there should be no surprise that it also scares mankind alike. Although if you think of what it takes to brave this and so much more, including continuous bouncing and sudden 60 km/h free falls, those views that you lot can get across the entire park are to fall in love with. Did you see what I did there? Fall in love with? Number 3, Lightning of the Gods. From racing head to head upon a slide to flying apples alike to just now falling in love with one crazy scarecrow, we should have had some wild adventures so far. However, you know we're entering into the top 3 territory when our next one is quite literally a fly with the gods. I mean talking about flying around lots of bank turns and twists, down drops, over airtime hills, and almost into water upon Pegasus, the Greek mythology winged horse. And thus, if this amazing adventure does not make you want to take on this flight, then God knows what will. Number 2, Rat Mill. Well, I've got to admit, even if the cars aren't as hilariously fun, I definitely like the idea of flying Pegasus, then scurrying around a rat mill until of course I realise where this hilariously funny giant rat car will be scurrying through, as similar to a half wild mouse, half thrill coaster. After you have dropped into the dark mill, then risen to the tippy top of a lift hill, you lot, and don't forget your rat friend too, will experience over 1,400 feet of sharp, smooth and all-round crazy elements, which you definitely do not need to be a rat to know is not for the faint of hearts. Number 1, Leonardo's Flying Machine. What is funny about our favourite ride at the park is that depending on how good you are riding it, the experience could either be number 1 worthy like it is for us, or hardly scraping the list, and here is why. Now of course, like your average flat ride, you will be spun and rotated around some incredible Greek theming. Yet what makes Leonardo's Flying Machine not so normal is that by using the leaves on either wings and a lot of practice, you can determine how often you flip upside down. Thank you all for watching, bye bye.